start for petroleum consumers as some oil marketing companies cut prices of petroleum products at the pumps to kickstart the new year. Details of that, including the prospects for the sector in 2024. Also coming up, National Democratic Congress, NDC calls on Vice President Dr. Bawumia to account for funds invested in all flagship programs as he begins campaign to seek election as president.
Kept his word. This is a vice president who led a campaign of one village, one dam, took money from World Bank. Let him account to the people of this country what happened to those dams.
Details as the MPP believes it has what it takes to turn the economy around to break the eight.
Government has so approved that particular budget. So many economic policies have been put in there. Other indicators have been measured and projected towards 2024, and we are very confident.
We are on DSTV channel 421, GoTV channel 125, and around the world, we are on myjoyonline.com. Please stay with us. Well, first up, the National Democratic Congress, NDC, has called on the Vice President, Dr. Bawumia, to account for all funds invested in government's flagship programs over the years. The comments come at the back of recent achievements touted by the Vice President as he calls on Ghanaians to vote for the MPP. But speaking on a preview of the 2024 election year on the Pulse on JoyNews Monday, Deputy General Secretary of the party, Mustafa Gbande, said the Vice President must first account to Ghanaians.
Hasn't kept his word. This is a vice president who led a campaign of one village, one dam, took money from World Bank. Let him account to the people of this country what happened to those dams. This is a man who led one district, $1 million, one village, one district, one factory. What became of these policies that he promised Ghanaians? Now, the widespread of corruption that every Ghanaian can feel is not resided in pools. It is resided in the pocket economy of Ghanaians. People went to Christmas without having to be able to celebrate. If you go to the hospital and your mother is dying because health insurance is not working, it's a major concern. People who cannot longer afford to pay their bills. Let me remind the MPP that over 30% of salaried workers go back to government as tax, and they have misused same in the last 6 years.
Okay.
1 year for you to exit government, you are promising a rebound of the economy to do what?
Well, Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Haruna Mohammed, however, believes the MPP has achieved much and has what it takes to revive the economy and turn Ghana's fortunes around before the December 7 polls.
We are going forward to 2024 general elections, and we know 2024 alone also holds its own dynamics. But we have presented a budget to the people of Ghana, and the Parliament has so approved that particular budget. So many economic policies have been put in there. Other indicators have been measured and projected towards 2024. And we are very confident that the road that we are traveling on with regards to the management of the economy will bounce back, and Ghanaians will feel very comfortable to make sure that the MPP is the only alternative that is supposed to hold this country and make sure that everything is well for us. Because we have done it before, moving Ghana from epic and then making sure that we have been able to provide enough job opportunities, even though we have not been able to get everybody on board. We have made sure that security situations are set. We have made sure that in terms of health devastating nature, in terms of COVID, we have been able to withstand and be able to protect the lives of the citizens of Ghana. And these are the key marks that we are all looking at.
All right, so let's go on Zoom now and have a discussion with head of the Political Science Department at the University of Ghana, Professor Alidu Seidu, for more on this. Happy New Year to you, Prof. Let's start with what we just heard from the two Deputy General Secretaries of the NDC and MPP. Is that an indication of what to expect in the coming months?
Thank you. Good morning to you and to your viewers. Yes, I think our experience with electoral democracy for the past 30 years has taught us a lot of lessons. And one of the lessons will play out strongly in this year's election. And that will be the election of scrutiny. Basically, not only political parties will demand accountability from their competing parties, but also individuals who will be voting will demand accountability. But also the media will demand accountability, civil society organizations, and interest-based groups. So basically, what we're going to see this year is about manifesto promises that resonate with the needs of the people, the challenges that the people face, and then the aspirations of the people. But unlike the previous years, we're going to see more demand for accountability, careful scrutiny, but also an attempt to probe further into details and see how these actionable promises can be turned into projects and programs that can better the lives of the people. So basically, both the two major political parties and the smaller political parties will have to be very clear about what they intend doing for Ghanaians and how they will solve the needs of the Ghanaian population. And the people and political parties that will be competing with them will demand accountability and want to see how they're going to implement this. So I think this is one of the most strictest, in terms of scrutiny, election that we're going to have, based on our experiences, but based on also the experiences of other horizontal institutions of accountability, including the media, including civil society organizations and political parties. So I think this is just a little bit of a curtain raiser for what will play out major in this year, moving to December.
And we know that campaigning has begun in earnest. How different will this campaign season be from what we've witnessed over the years in terms of approach by the political parties?
So I think, unlike the previous years, this year's election is like a deciding election. So both the NDC and the MPP have largely governed this country in a very different manner, in terms of ideological pursuit, in terms of programs and policies, but in terms of the visions that they carry. But what we have learned over the years is that even though electoral politics is a matter of civic responsibility, going out to vote, what we do understand over the past 30 years is that elections is basically an interest-driven game. Political parties have an interest to achieve. Even individuals who lead political parties, either it's the national executives, constituency executives, or even the flag bearer, they all have an interest. And the parties that they are going to ride to win power have an interest. We, the people who vote, have an interest, whether it is an individual-driven interest or it's a group interest, whether it's a regional grouping or it's a religious grouping or it's an ethnic grouping or whatever grouping for that matter. So these interests are going to shape what we all demand and what will be demanding political parties to do for us. So basically, I think the interest is going to play out strongly. You see regional blocs coming out strongly with interests that they want political parties to meet. You see ethnic groups coming out strongly with interests that they want political parties to meet. You see religious groups coming out strongly with interests that they want them to meet. So basically, the people who shape the game more.
Prof. Said, are you still there? Well, he looks frozen there, but hopefully we can get him right back on as we discuss campaigns ahead of the December 7th polls. We've seen that the two major political parties have begun a campaign in earnest. We've been talking about what would be the interest for the electors and what message will resonate with them ahead of the December 7 elections. We know that, for instance, in the past, the free SHS was a major topic. We know last year the economy has also dominated the news. So just continuing from where we left off, Prof. Saidu, you were talking to us about how different the campaign season would be this time. Can you hear me, Prof? Okay, so Prof. Saidu Alidu was with us a while ago. We are trying to get him back on to discuss the political season, which has begun in earnest. You know, this is a critical election year for both parties. The MPP seeking to break the 8, the NDC seeking to come back after 8 years. Prof. Seidu, we want to try one more time. So we're speaking about how different this campaign season would be. We lost you along the way. All right, we're having challenges reconnecting with Prof. Alidu Seidu, but would do well to get him back so that we can finish this conversation on election 2024.
Yeah, can you hear me now, please?
All right. Prof. Seidu, are you still on with us?
Yes, I'm around. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I just wanted you to finish up on the point you were making about how different this campaign season would be.
Yeah, so I was referring to the various shades of interest that will play out, the mental issues. And one of them is basically has to do with the economy. The stability of the economy, the growth of the economy can help government of the day to be able to meet the interests of various stakeholders in the Ghanaian community, i.e. the business interests, the electorates, political party, other political party and interest-based groups, and all the groups that have an interest to meet. The strength of the economy is a very strong force that could help government to be able to meet some of these demands. But the strength of the economy is also the platform by which other opposition parties will attack government and government's ability to meet or fail to meet the demands of other interest-based groups. So if, for example, nurses are demanding their allowance, or teachers are demanding their allowance, or the National Health Insurance Scheme is going through challenges, or the Free Senior High School is going through challenges, the strength of the economy will help government to be able to address those challenges. And if the economy is that weak, it gives the opposition the ability to attack government and to demand accountability for how the economy is managed. So the strength of the economy is a very crucial issue that will determine what will happen this year. And the strength of the economy also translates into people's ability to purchase and to be able to live a decent, cherished life. If the economy is not good, definitely it will affect people's ability to consume, people's ability to purchase, and people's ability to live a decent life. But the growth of the economy is also situated within the context of security.
Prof. Alidu Seidu, the head of the Political Science Department at the University of Ghana, interesting to note, he thinks that the economy would be a major topical issue as we head into the December 7 elections. Thank you so much for your time, Professor Alidu Seidu. Now, some oil marketing companies have cut prices of petroleum products at the pumps from the 1st of January this year. This is the second consecutive time fuel prices are going down in a few months. Now, one of the major players, Star Oil, took the lead by selling a litre of petrol at 11 cedis 24 pesos from the previous price of 12 cedis 69 pesos per litre. Similarly, it is also selling a litre of diesel for 11 cedis 24 pesos from the earlier 11 cedis 69 pesos. The other major OMCs are also expected to adjust their prices downwards in the coming days. Some of the oil marketing companies have indicated that the reduction was influenced by the city's stability in the last 2 weeks and the continued reduction in prices of finished petroleum products on the international market. So what does this mean for the consumer? Joining us on Zoom is Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, Duncan Amwa. He has some reactions. He actually joins us on phone. Good morning to you. Happy New Year, Duncan. This must be good news to start the year with, or is it too early to be jubilant?
Happy New Year to you, to workers of JoyNews, and Ghanaians in general. I would concede that this is clearly a good way to start the year. But if one is also minded by the petroleum pricing curve history or development, usually in January prices do cool off globally because most of the people who did go on vacations in December would have returned, and aviation systems will probably cool off equally. Industry is also likely to cool off from the ramped up numbers that they would have produced for the utility. So the demand for petroleum products globally in January, February is likely to be lower than you would have witnessed for the last quarter of the preceding year. And so it is expected that the trend would naturally be that for this first quarter 2024, prices are likely to be a bit easier on our pockets. But let me also take this opportunity to say that Star Oil probably would need to be studied in our institutions, because we did a simulation with the numbers that they currently have on the market, and it looks as though all their margins will have to go. Every single little profit that they would have had to make would have to go in order to be able to arrive at the current 11.2.4 prices that they are quoting. And that for us, well, as consumers, we are excited. It should be the way for other oil marketing companies to go. But I'm afraid I'm not too sure all the others will be able to descend into the 11 region as Star Oil has been able to offer their customers for the first week in January. They need to be commended heavily, and a few other oil marketing companies that are equally price sensitive to the Ghanaian. It's a school fees month, so if anything to help you save, I'm sure our consumers will be excited by it. And Star Oil has taken the lead, like you rightly mentioned.
All right, so you say that in the coming weeks, at least in the next couple of months, we'll see prices fairly stable, and that's pretty normal because it's the beginning of the year. But what's your forecast for the rest of the year? Are we going to see the kind of hype we saw last year, compelling government to go for oil and all that?
Well, the geopolitical development, you could only probably be firm after the first quarter. If the tensions within the Middle East between Israel and the Palestinians were to ease, if the Middle Eastern region was to cool off a little bit, it is likely that 2024 could see much better fuel prices, especially for consumers, than it could be the previous years. Again, let me also point to the fact that investments in hydrocarbon exploration declined. If you look at 2021, 2022, due to the new discussions on green, the evolution, right? But as I speak with you, a lot of that investment is coming back into the hydrocarbon space. And what that means is that we are going to have new and additional wells coming up this year, which is likely going to add to the global production numbers. Once that is done, it's possible we could see some stability in prices, unless, of course, there's a certain wild card across board. There's certain geopolitical development that forces the major exporters to cut back on numbers. If that doesn't happen, I'm quite certain that 2024 could be quite stable as far as petroleum pricing globally is concerned.
It's interesting you bring up the geopolitical tensions. I mean, at least we've heard Israel say that they're going to carry through the war, continue with the war throughout 2024. We also need to keep an eye on the cedi and how it performs, because it also has its role to play in pricing of fuel. So what can the government do right now? What can the sector players do so that we have a relatively stable price throughout the year?
Well, very good question. I always advise and maintain that institutions like the bulk oil storage and transportation need to take advantage of seasons as these, where you have international market prices dropping around 600. Within the year, it goes as high as 900 to 1,000, 1,200. If I had the opportunity stock up now, while prices are friendly, the possibility of you cashing out maybe after March is high, and boss could probably make some good money if they did. But again, the question of what funds they would also use to hold the stock for the extended period, so that when prices or the price curve was to turn the other way and prices were to start going up, they could ease products onto the market. So it will bring you back to the issue of, the strategic stock margin or account. If there's some funds that government can advance to them, I'm sure they can hold enough stock now, so that even if you woke up tomorrow and Israel has ramped up their activities within the Middle Eastern bloc, and OPEC is also cutting back on numbers, and the geopolitical development look as though prices would have to go up, both would have had enough in tank in order to be able to cushion the market at least for some weeks. But as it stands, it looks as though we'll rather be interested in more in buying and selling on the spot. So whatever prices we get this week, we buy and then we put on the market. If next week prices come and they are high or bullish, we also buy and let consumers pay for that. That way, we don't derive the full benefits that boss should have given all Ghanaians. So we would advise that they stock up around such times when prices are friendly globally.
All right. Thank you so much, Duncan Amwa, Executive Secretary of COPEC. I appreciate your time with us. Now, Interior Minister Ambrose Derry has revealed that the security agencies led by the police will enforce the law against vigilantism, warning that perpetrators who go contrary to the law will be investigated and prosecuted. Ambrose Derry made the statement on the sidelines of an annual party held for constituents in Andom.
I want to take this opportunity to send a caution out there, or maybe a warning out there, that the script led by the police is going to enforce the law against vigilantism, and all those who take the law into their hands would be investigated and prosecuted. I want to advise that anybody who has any grievance should sort to due process. Go to any security agency, police especially, report any case. The police would come and investigate, and your grievances will be addressed. But I want to say that we are not going to allow any individuals to take the law into their hands and take away the record that we have so far. In the case of Nkwanta, it's a traditional chieftaincy misunderstanding. It has been a perennial challenge. It is nothing new. I think what we are having this time is that the police have gone in there with a new approach, not just enforcing the law, but engaging the community. You see now, you find the police going to the communities. They have a TV and radios, they have a TV station, they have a health outreach team that goes in. All that makes the police a friend of the citizen, and therefore makes it easy for the police to get information and get cooperation. Yes, a number of people lost their lives, and I want to emphasize that one person losing a life is one person too many. So make no mistake, if I say a few people have lost their lives, I'm not downplaying it. One life lost in Ghana is one life too many. The police have covered it. I went to Parliament, I made a statement in Parliament, I answered a question in Parliament, and I'm working with the Minister of National Security and with the RESEC to make sure that far from doing what we've done in the past and got no change, we are now going to involve stakeholders and get into the matter.
Next, imagine storing your bath water to flush your toilet or having to keep your baby's bath water to wash your clothes. Well, how about being forced to rely on sachet water for meal preparation? This has become the plight for hundreds of residents of Gulf Estate in the Pong Katamanso municipality of the Greater Accra region. For 3 weeks, their taps have run dry, impacting their quality of life. There's more in the following report.
Scenes like these are common at Gulf City in the Pong Katamanso municipality of the Greater Accra region because their pipelines don't flow regularly. For weeks, residents have resorted to using bowls for bathing as a means of harvesting wastewater to flush their toilets.
It is tough for us these days, so what we do is bath into bowls so that we can harvest the wastewater to flush our toilets. Both the elderly and kids now bath like that. Sometimes, some are even compelled by the lack of water to go to nearby bushes to ease themselves.
According to affected residents, although low water pressure has been a persistent issue in the area, it has worsened in the last 3 weeks.
For Christmas, it has been one of the dull Christmas we've ever experienced for the past years, because we have passed through the festivity without water.
For more than 2 weeks now, we haven't had water. It's been about 3 weeks actually. So you buy sachet water or you buy from the water tankers. That's what we do. This morning I had to use sachet water to bath. Okay, you ration water. If you need to do something, you are checking, you are putting priorities because of lack of water.
Apart from inconveniencing lives, businesses like this washing bay have been forced to shut down.
It starts from the barrier to high tension. I'll be talking about over 1,000 houses. My closest neighbor, who is the washing base woman, have closed his business within the Christmas festivity. There's no business, and you know that when there's no business in there, the workers are the people that are mostly affected, because throughout about 2 weeks now, the workers are not working.
But what is the root cause of the problem?
The pressure is down, so the only solution can solve the problem that we should get the 4 inches pipe.
Residents believe the Ghana Water Company Limited must install new pipelines to permanently address the challenge.
It will be very better if they lay new pipes for us. It will be very better and put us on a good line, so that anytime they are pumping, they pump direct to our neighborhood.
When contacted, the Tama Regional Communications Manager of the Ghana Water Company Limited, Samson Ampa, says the concerns will be investigated.
We have just had the information. It has just come to our attention, actually. And so quickly, my regional chief manager himself has directed a team headed by the regional distribution manager as we speak now, so that they can go to the ground, they carry out investigation, and as soon as possible, we'll try our best to resolve the challenge there, and then our customers over there can also enjoy some water. So we are assuring them that their issue has come to our attention and investigation is being carried out. So as soon as possible, we'll be able to resolve the challenge there and they can enjoy some water supply.
For now, residents will have to endure the situation while hoping the utility company addresses their concerns. Carlos Kaloni, JoyNews, Gulf City.
Well, it is said that death puts an end to all misery in the world. However, death can also leave families devastated in debt. My colleague Caleb Mensah has been speaking with funeral industry players who complain that it is no longer affordable to bury the dead.
Death is inevitable and a leveler. To some, it signifies the end of all troubles on earth. But besides leaving families emotionally devastated, it also leaves many pockets empty. Ghanaian funerals can be a drain on the purse. Becky Bosomchip buried her father 2 weeks ago. To finalize the burial and funeral, she came to this conclusion.
It's now expensive to die because recently my father died. I think we buried him 2 weeks ago, and looking at the expenses we have made, it's so much.
The fees are many. Mortuary fees, undertaker fees, hearse fees, casket fees, and many more.
Mortuary fee is so expensive. We paid a lot that I can't put the figure here though. But some of the mortuary fees, I think the government should do something about it. Even the burial space, you have to pay for it. The cement and everything that you use for the burial is expensive.
Daniel Mensah makes caskets for a living. He agrees with Becky. Casket prices have indeed skyrocketed. Daniel says all materials for making coffins have shot up.
Materials painting, no piano, Genewa. And then how want to have been back in our nay, get you won't pay. Maybe even it too much. If you're not.
Bawumia Cemetery is one of the cheapest cemeteries in Accra. Accra Metropolitan Assembly recently increased the burial fees from 600 to 1,000 cedis.
I don't think it is expensive because the 1,000 cedis that you pay, it goes with the space, not just only the space. There's digging. We don't just bury in the quite the earth grade ladder. You still need to put in some form of block work inside the grave before we bury. So all these things has a cost.
Florence Kuchi is the director at the Accra Public Health Department. She justifies the increment of burial fees.
Cost of labor, cost of water, cost of cement, and everything goes into it. Depending on how you want to bury will also determine on the amount you are going to pay. So costly is relative, I can say that. Depending on where you are going to bury and the location, that will determine whether. But I can tell you, Bawumia Cemetery is still the costless, the cost-effective place to bury in Accra.
Bernard Kwashi is a gravedigger at Osu Cemetery. He has noticed that the current economic crunch has made it more difficult for families to organize funerals.
For this government burial, this government spoiled the burial because there was a time people have been not spending money on burial like this, but now so the government, everything is hardship to do something. So if God willing and nobody can help you or to support to do the burial, for this government we are in by this time there to bury is very hard.
However, many bereaved families disagree with the AMA. Indeed, the economic situation has made burial more expensive. But would you rather organize a modest funeral, or will you still insist on an expensive, befitting funeral for your loved one who may not even know how much you spent on them? Caleb Mensah's report for JoyNews.
And you're watching News Desk. We're taking a short break. We have some more stories after that. Stay with us. And welcome back to the News Desk. Now, some young betting enthusiasts insist government's plan to collect a 10% withholding tax on their winnings is unthinkable and must be reconsidered. Government in the last quarter of 2023 directed betting companies to implement the directive in 2024. However, some people who bet told my colleague Michael Ashale on New Year's Day that it is not fair to tax their hard-earned money.
That's where we stake. You don't know where we get the money from. You know, say the system inside works, there no day plenty like that. So that be what we they take. They do 1 1 2 1 2. But if you talk bet, then you won't take the percentage. See, if you take yourself, still we go stake the bet. So that one there, you know, go in. You know, go see say you go add, then boys go stop then, massa. We go stake to die unless you close the betting system. So
I think the taxes is too much for us. Paying taxes is not offended. It's good. But if you are benefiting from what you are paying to the government, I think if government asks us to pay more, we can do it. But it's okay, we are paying the taxes day in, day out, new taxes, but we are not seeing the benefit of what we are paying. Will you be happy to pay the new taxes that come in? So we are pleading with the government, you should break it up. Let's conjure, understand. So we agree on what the taxes are going to do for us.
That one is not fair. Because now you are cutting the bet to get something. Now you get something, they are going to take you tax inside. What about if the bet to chop you? The government will give you something. They will give you anything. So why they will take you tax you where you chop the bet? If you go take tax safe, you for take tax from the people who are cutting the bet, who are the people who are operating the bet, yeah, the commercials. You for take the tax from them, not the person who cuts and chop where we take the tax from them. That one is not fair. See now, I don't know what to talk, sir, because the country is already destroyed. It's a gamble. It's a gamble. Why somebody go cut gambler and chop there, you take the person go cut gambler there, you take tax from him. That one is not fair.
why me I go suffer, go do my kai, I go stick my bet, I go chop, then you can't take percent. You take the percent, we make quiet, you start want to add again. No, you know good. You know good, therefore stop. We need to benefit anything inside our tax in Africa here. Most Ghana, we have many things then they put tax on it. It's normal, but no bet.
Seriously, no good though. Because we like this, we don't know where we get the money from. We take stick the bet for this side. So if you do, then you take tax, you kill us. So you go take 50 cedis, you go chop 50 cedis, and you go take 10%. How much you go take for this one bet inside? No good give us. So make Nanado do something about it. Give us.
Well, interesting views from bet enthusiasts there. Next, the carnage on our roads in the country has triggered a wake-up call on authorities to act swiftly to avert further loss of lives. As latest statistics from the National Road Safety Authority reveal, over 50,000 Ghanaians have died from road crashes in the past 20 years. Although the National Road Safety Authority and the MTTD of the Ghana Police have made frantic efforts to intensify safety awareness, Reverend Cyril Crab, a road safety ambassador, has embarked on an agenda to circulate, advocate and educate drivers on our roads to drive safe. There's more in this report.
Accident Victim Support is a non-governmental organization that is committed to bringing relief to crashed victims in Ghana. The Speed Kills campaign 2023 is a movement designed by the Accident Victim Support team in collaboration with the National Insurance Commission to educate drivers, passengers and pedestrians to be safe on the road.
So the agenda is to circulate, advocate, collaborate to save lives on our roads. You and I agree that though the CIDs have increased, we still have to advocate on road safety. We still have to educate the drivers on road safety. We still have to trumpet it very hard in the ears of the drivers and also the passengers. And in this yellow time, especially pedestrians, all three must hear about it so that we all will be aware of the carnages and we all be a part of the advocacy.
The campaign, Speed Kills, went through 3 lorry stations, namely the 37 Military Lorry Station, Malam Station, and finally Kaneshi Lorry Station. Tobinco Pharmaceutical, Belgal Insurance, Serene Insurance Enterprise, DVLA, the National Road Safety Authority, and GIA are key sponsors of the Speed Kills campaign. The pharmacist for Greater Accra at Tobinco, Kisi Stefan, speaks on healthcare factors for long journey drivers and passengers.
This program has been very successful as the program we came to support the Accident Victim Support Ghana, and as Tobinco we came here to give them our support in cash and kind with our medications. That's DICNAC. We came to support them with DICNAC, which is to help them with the pain that they have been going through and also help them, educate them on how to appropriately use insurance. So that's what we came to do as Tobinco representatives.
Welfare Vice John Amma expressed his gratitude to the Accident Victim Support for their active campaign. The Accident Victim Support is making a significant impact in promoting road safety in Ghana through their Speed Kills campaign. Caleb Mensah's report for JoyNews.
Now, thousands of holiday revelers in the Ashanti region turned up to enjoy the biggest family outdoor event at the Kumasi Archery Park. The New Year edition of the Love in Shira FM Family Party in the park saw a massive lineup of activities to carry partygoers through the New Year. Families from various walks of life gathered to partake in the grand party in the park whilst creating lasting memories on the special occasion. Anabashi Adam has more.
Well, into the
future with Love FM and Insure FM. You definitely did miss a lot if you did not make it to the 2024 edition of the Love FM and Insure FM Family Party in the Park. It has been a day full of activities for children and for families that gathered here today at the Kumasi Ratri Park. But then we cannot just talk about the fun without engaging patrons who made it to the 2024 edition of the Love FM Insure FM Family Party in the Park.
Oh, it's been great. We've really enjoyed ourselves. We are cool. Everything is on point.
Is this your first time being here?
Oh no, we've been coming every year.
Every year?
Every year.
And how would you rate this year?
Today is superb. Wow. Actually, the crowd, everything is on point. People, I'm even shocked because the crowd is too much, more than last year.
You're having fun, a lot of fun. We are good to be here.
When did you come here?
In the morning, around 9, around 7.
You came alone?
No, with my families.
With your family?
Yeah.
And then you've been here since morning?
Yes, please.
And you're not leaving any moment from now?
No. I came here to have fun.
Around what time?
Around 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Okay. And then since 6 p.m. you've been here throughout?
Yes.
When are you expecting to leave?
12.
Around 12? Okay. You said you're not going home?
Not going home.
Why are you not going home?
We are very excited.
Okay, so what do you have to tell Love FM and Insure FM?
No, I'll tell everyone to come during New Year to come and have fun with their family members. That's good.
Oh, it's been nice. It's been good. I was not here last year. I heard it was massive, but I think this year has been the best ever since I joined multimedia. It's been amazing, but I think that next time we need to provide more chairs for the patrons who are coming, because myself, I hustled before I got a chair, but it's all part of the fun.
Are you not carried away with the crowd, the numbers?
I don't really care about that. That's what brings about the fun. And so I'm still buzzing up in the fun. I wish people even come more as we sit here and enjoy.
I come here around 10 a.m.
10 a.m.?
Yes, around.
You came here with your family?
Yes, I come here with my family.
And how has it been for you?
Oh, it's good. It's good. I'm still enjoying. I'm still enjoying right now here.
When are you expecting to leave?
Oh, I don't think I will leave today.
Why?
I will stay here till next morning.
Is this the first time coming for the Love FM Family Party in the Park?
No. This is my almost 4 times coming here.
Really? And how has this year been for you?
This year is great. I think this year is great for me.
So can you give me some dance moves? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So this is the excitement here at the Kumasi Ratri Park as patrons jam to live band performances. It has been a day full of activities, especially for families, children gathered here at the Kumasi Ratri Park. You can see the live band ongoing, and patrons are not ready to leave yet. Still a night full of activities. For JoyNews, my name is Dana Boachidankoyadom, Kumasi.
Well, Nana Wachiado, I'm sure, is having fun over there. So, like you just saw, multitudes of New Year revelers in the Ashanti region thronged the Ratri Park for the biggest family outdoor event in Kumasi. So, we've heard from the patrons. How about the sponsors? Take a look at this report.
Tasty Tom and Frytol were the headline sponsors of the Love FM Family Party in the park. The event was fully packed with thrilling music and fun activities. Sponsors of the event and other exhibitors expressed satisfaction with gains made as they cashed in on the event.
Have you achieved any target sponsoring this program?
Yes, I have. Coming here has been a great achievement. Looking at the number of people here, the age group and everything, the whole family is here, and then the parents are also here by themselves, so they can also hear, understand, and then also know which one to choose, why to choose Tasty Tom, and what it does for them. And we are looking forward to being here anytime you organize this program.
Frytol is a family brand. We've been partners of this program, family events, for the past 3 years. And for us, we know that for sure that people patronize our products. Once they come here, we give them free goodies and all those. We also make sure that consumers are able to take these products to their households or their homes. And it's benefited us a lot. with penetration. Now, if you go everywhere, every nook and cranny, you see Frighton everywhere. And I think this program has really been beneficial.
And so we want to partner with Love FM, and especially for such a program. Now we are here with a team. So we came with our customer service team. We also came with our sales team. And the whole essence is that the customer service team will help the customers to actually will help customers to check on their policies, also help them with their what we call the self-service platforms that we are running. And so a customer can just be on their own, at their convenience, they will be able to check on their policies, run statements and requests for part encashment and all the requests that they want to do at their own convenience.
Bright Ate of the events unit of Love FM is pleased that sponsors will be able to extend their reach and attract potential customers.
We have over 15,000 people and there are more coming because there will be a live band session, that's the adult corner after 6. Any category of products can fit in because we have Kumasi right here on the 1st of January 2024.
I've spoken to some sponsors and they have explained how successful patronage has been for them with their presence here. Should we look forward that this would foster more collaborations in the future?
Yes, this is a great opportunity for you because a lot of sponsors are looking for people to talk to, and we have assembled every household in Kumasi here right now.
Just as you can see behind me, thousands of family units in Kumasi have gathered here at the Kumasi Rotary Park to catch a glimpse of enjoyment from the Love FM Insura FM family in the park. And just as we heard from sponsors, the satisfaction has been overwhelming and they are promising a better collaboration next year. Reporting for JoyNews, my name is Clinton Yabua.
Into a new year in church has become a tradition for many in the country, but unconventionally, some youth of Adwato in Kumasi spent their 31st night over local brew attire, singing along secular music to usher the new year. Interestingly, their base is directly opposite a church that was filled with believers in worship. Anaya Ojima caught up with the group and found this report.
From a small speaker, various songs that made waves in the previous year play. In excitement, the young men sing along in expectation of the new year. The theme of the songs played in sequence was prosperity. The group positioned itself outside the premises of Abraham's Temple Assemblies of God. Though the church was in the middle of a crossover service, these young people were not perturbed. To keep them awake in anticipation of the new year, the band of young men boil a herbal tea popularly known as attaya. Here, drinking of the tea is open to all, including people who had come to church for the crossover service. The worry on the mind of many is why these people would pitch camp in front of the church. Just like those who crossed over in church, these young people have their New Year resolution.
23 no, chamachi rough. Sinamai, become chamachi. But 24 there, yeah, Jefferson, yes, you have frustro. Aha, you be any. You're not going to say you be away, your boy. Zoom live or you man,
many on the streets of Kumasi, despite how they transitioned into the new year, are expectant of what it holds. For JoyNews, Nanaya Ojima reporting.
While at the House of Miracle Ministries, the prophet Samson Amwating urged Christians to focus on building a better relationship with God. He said it is time for Christians to choose whom they will serve.
A lot of flyers. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. If you mistakenly don't reply somebody Happy New Year, it's going to be a World War III. But the issue is, what is a new? Okay, 2022, we entered this year and say Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Be honest. Have you seen anything new? No, be honest. Have you seen anything really, really new in your life? The only thing that can make it new is being able to develop a personal relationship with God. That makes it new. Otherwise, every year will come and will grow. Some of us are getting gray hair. Some of us, our shape are changing. Now you are corset. They are socketed. Choose this day who you will serve. Make a decision. My topic is the best decision to make. The best decision. You don't need resolutions. How many times do we do resolutions, New Year's resolutions, and we don't obey it? We can't even do it. Don't become just a Christian. Become God's person. God's person means I am on God's side. Everybody is now like this. I'm a Christian. Tomorrow, laugh small. Next day, hatred. The next day, the next day, the next day.
And several churches in the Wa municipality of the Upper West region were full to the rafters as worshippers sang and danced their hearts out to usher in the new year. JoyNews' Upper West regional correspondent Rafiq Salam went round 3 of these churches.
It was all joy and excitement at the various churches located at the heart of the Wa municipality of the Upper West region as millions of worshippers trooped there to say goodbye to 2023 and usher in the new year. Worshippers of the oldest Catholic cathedral in the Wa municipality was filled to the rafters 3 clear hours before the start of the night service. While the wait was on, they busily engaged themselves in singing melodious church songs amid praises to the Lord for what He has done for them over the past year. The situation at the Wa Regular Baptist Church was not much different, as the worshippers had the opportunity of singing solo and dancing their hearts out. Head pastor of the Wa Regular Baptist Church, Reverend Aquila Dramani, admonished members of the church to sacrifice everything they have in serving the Lord.
Where have I been? Gbande. Of all the mayhems that I have gone through, the disappointments I endure, the misjudging, the uncertainty of life, the prosperity of life, all the achievement that I have gone in, is God blessed.
The atmosphere at the Revival Assemblies of God Church, however, was charged when we got there. The clock was slowly taken to midnight, and head pastor of the church, Reverend Robert Akolburi, was leading the charge. Reporting for JoyNews, Rafiq Salam. Wa.
Meanwhile, head of the Revival Assemblies of God Church, Reverend Robert Akobugre, has expressed worry over the increasing cases of corruption in the country, calling on perpetrators of the crime to be named and shamed rather than being promoted for them to glorify their acts. Here's Rafiq Salam's report.
The head pastor of the Revival Assemblies of God Church, Reverend Robert Akolbugri, do not mince words on the gullible corruption that has permeated the Ghanaian society, calling for the perpetrators of the act to be named and shamed rather than giving them high places, thus glorifying their negative acts.
Corruption continues to fester in the country. Many believers are not different in their offices. This country will be much better if our members who want the peace here are honest and willing to serve their nation with integrity. Let us begin to name and shame them and not rather giving them high places, thus glorifying those negative acts.
And that's program this morning. Thanks for watching News Desk. There's more news on our website, myjoyonline.com. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for watching.